I'm here again with another pick a card, pick a pile reading. Um, I am going to do something more specific right now because I keep doing readings that are related to partnership, and that seems to be coming up for a lot of people, even if I'm not asking about that specifically, so I figured this way you could get something a little more personal about whatever love message or relationship message is out there for you. So, I have 3 piles. I have 3 items you can choose from. So the first one is this rainbow bracelet that has some volcanic rock on it also. Pretty cool. Pile number 1. Pile number 2 is this hematite heart. Hematite is really good for absorbing negative energy, and it's a very grounding stone. So something to keep in mind if that kind of thing resonates with you. Third pile, pile number 3, is going to be the amethyst. So take your time, pick one. Whenever you pick one, I always recommend that you pick the first one that you just kind of, your eyes went onto. Don't think about it. Don't spend too much time. It's like the first thing you look at. And also I'm going to apologize for the light. The light keeps changing. I'm trying to like move around to like see if the camera picks me up better. But, and I know the sound isn't good. That's just how it is. Shouldn't matter for readings as long as you can hear what I'm saying, so. Alrighty, let's just get started with pile number 1. We're going to find out what love and relationship messages are for the rainbow bracelet with the volcanic rock. So what's your message for today? Interesting. A lot going on here. The first card that jumps out at me is the 7 of Swords. And again, the lighting. But if you can see there, it's this little fox peeking out under these swords. And the fox is usually a really good animal associated with this card because it's a card that has to do with cleverness. A lot of times people will go for deception. I feel more positive about this card usually. I mean, it can totally be deceptive, but being deceptive isn't always bad, and being clever isn't bad necessarily. It's like sneaky, but you can be sneaky in a good way. I'm a very Scorpio dominant person, so to me, I'm like, you can be sneaky in a way that's not negative. You can, and sometimes you need to use your craftiness, and you need to be sly. So there's something about that. I mean, this is a relationship and love reading, so I will point out that the sneakiness associated with the 7 of Swords can mean things like cheating. It can mean things like just some sort of deception, someone who's not telling you the whole truth. So something to keep in mind. I want to read the rest of this before I kind of decide what I think that's going to mean, but that's, craftiness, being sly, sneakiness, could be something happening that you're not being told. Or maybe you're being sneaky. I mean, that's the other thing. Like, you could be the one that's using their cleverness in a situation. So, the next card I'm looking at is the Star. I love this card. Star card. Glare. But, you can kind of see person standing there with that star. That usually, it can mean a few different things. It can be hope, it can be healing, spiritual guidance. So I think that's a really good omen for you. I feel like that's sort of like, keep your hopes up. It's okay to hope. There is hope. There is healing. And there's some sort of spiritual component to whatever is going on with you. The rest of these cards, I will say I don't have anything that specifically speaks to relationships, but just see the 2 that are the most relationship-like, actually, are the first 2 I said, because the 7 of Swords can have to do with sneakiness in relationships, and the Star can have to do with hope, and a person. Sometimes it can represent a person who's like a star, and that can be you in your own power, or that could be someone else that you're interested in. The other card that I'm just seeing, wanting to look at right now, is Luathis the Wild from the Fairy deck. Luathis is a fire starter. He wants you to move quickly and impulsively. So it's not always good to be impulsive, but sometimes it is, and you kind of just have to use your judgment. I feel like use your craftiness to decide how impulsive you should be right now. Luathis is going to add fire to anything you're thinking of doing, but he's not always on the right track. I do like this card when he's in the upright, though, so I tend to take this as a go for it card, and that is definitely something that it does mean. So go for it, use your slyness, and have hope. Now, the other card that's here, there's two more actually. This is the Two of Coins, Two of Coins, Two of Pentacles, can be about change, and it can also be about juggling two situations. So when I see that card and the Sneaky card, someone could be juggling two people. That's totally a possibility. And the Star person could be one of those people, or it could be you. I know I feel like this is being very vague right now, but this is like, it's not, this Sneaky card I feel like is even affecting this reading right now. Like, it's not giving me all the details of the situation, so take it as it resonates. The last card I have here is the Elephant. And speaking of a fire starter, the Elephant has a light right there. I mean a fire, like a little flame. So let's see what that's all about. The Elephant is a fire card in this deck. Let's see. Unstoppable, auspicious, wise. So that unstoppable goes along with that Luathis the Wild card. Unstoppable movement, craftiness, intelligence, wisdom. The Elephant is arguably the most auspicious figure in the deck, so yeah, there is a spiritual component here with the Star and the Elephant. Something very spiritual, has to do with immense wisdom and good fortune. The Great Elephant is the destroyer of obstacles, so if this card appears when you feel stuck, rest assured the path will soon become clear. Elephant is also, to add to the mystery, Elephant is also known to create obstacles in order to steer us in the right direction. That's a big one. So if you see things in your path that have been frustrating you, they might be there so you go a different direction. You know, it's like, it's literally like an obstacle you have to go around and then you do something better because you went a different way. Trust this gentle, noble creature. It illuminates the way with the light of self-knowledge. So it looks like you have enough wisdom to know what's going on and to know what it is you are trying to gain from this relationship situation. You might be juggling two people. I mean, that, you know, this is like moving quickly, juggling two people or situations, but there's this hope and there's this craftiness. It's a mix of stuff. It's honestly like, it's like encouraging this kind of behavior, sort of, which is interesting to me. I don't know. I feel like they're not giving me a lot of information about this. So, see how you feel about that. Luathis is egging you on in this like sly, sneaky behavior. But there's some really good fortune associated with this. Like really good spiritual help, really good wisdom, and if there's obstacles in your way, they're helping to point you in the right direction. So, yeah, that's all I'm getting from this. It's kind of weird. See if that resonates, and if you want more information, you know, get a reading from me. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next one here. That took longer than I wanted it to. This is the Hematite Heart. I mean, I want to give everyone enough time, but also, you know, I can't. I gotta give everyone equal time. Wow, this is nice! Wow. Let me see if I can get an overview. This is just really positive. This next one, if you chose the Hematite Heart, this is really nice. Tobiru of the Waters, smooth transition, healing water. So maybe you really have gone through some wonderful healing. I was having water and cleansing come up recently, cleansing negative energy, and some sort of love possibly cleansing you in that way. That's really nice. We have this Ten of Cups, which is like one of the happiest cards you could pick, and cups are emotions, so some sort of really happy situation is what you're dealing with. That's great. Really fulfilling love relationship. And then we have Judgment. Judgment is spiritual calling, wake-up call. It's when the angel blows the horn and wakes everybody up. So you're waking up to this like amazing love and this wonderful healing transition. We have the Father of Cups here. The Father of Cups is the King of Cups, King of Emotion. Someone who is very mature emotionally, very good at controlling their emotions and expressing them when needed. It's a Scorpio card. If you're a Scorpio or you're dealing with a Scorpio, that could represent that person, but just very deep, depth of emotion, intimacy, very nice. We got water all over the place here. Last card, and I haven't ever pulled this one from this deck, so I'm excited about this. It's the Buffalo, so I'm definitely going to look that up. This seems really nice. Whatever relationship you're asking about for this deck, for this pile, it is definitely good. It's definitely a spiritual connection, deep spiritual connection, soulmate connection, and it's really coming together. And there's like, nothing to second guess here. This is just really good and a really intense spirit bond and deep emotions. Buffalo, grounded yet heavenly, practical yet spiritual. That's really good. A mix of practicality and spirituality. Kind of like that Father of Cups, King of Cups card. Having these emotions, but knowing how to express them wisely. The hooves of the mighty buffalo are grounded in earth, yet its heart and mind rise towards heaven. The buffalo sees challenge, hardship, or a bump in the road as an opportunity for upliftment. Therefore, the buffalo does not fear death, illness, or misfortune. Its gentle eyes look to the road ahead, trusting every turn. May we all experience this elusive yet life-changing bliss from time to time, and may we allow this card to remind us that life is a precious gift. This is lovely. This is so nice. People who picked pile number 2. Trusting pure presence. Prayer. I want to show this card one more time because that lightning is so cool. It's like that divine guidance, connected to air. Even though this is an earth card, it's like mind is connected to divinity, but grounded in the earth, deep emotions. It's just maybe a really grounded person, or you're really grounded, or you're both really grounded. But this is good. So whatever situation you're asking about with this, you're mega on the right track. So I'm gonna move on. That was more simple. The first one was deception was true with that first card because it was not even telling me what exactly was going on. So second pile, very straightforward. Now we're gonna move on to the amethyst. Right here, group 3. We got another star. Different kind of star, starfish. The starfish can mean the same kind of thing as the star in other tarot decks, but also it has like a negative side too, which is really good to keep in mind. So, number 1, you could be just doing awesome, standing in your power, feeling great, feeling like a star, in a really good place. Also, the other thing about this is it can mean wonderful people around you and a really wonderful support system, stars everywhere, but it can also mean fake people, kind of superficial, like when you think of the star like a Hollywood star, it's like superficial people that don't really have your best interest at heart, so keep that in mind. Then we have, I'm looking at this Luminous Doom, he's one of my favorite guys. I know I keep moving these cards funny, it's like that backwards thing with the camera. He is very sad, but really cute. So that could be you. You're kind of down in the dumps, and you don't really know what to do right now. Kind of confused. And that's common lately. A lot of people have been really sad and confused about things, which is kind of why I'm doing this reading. But you have this wonderful Wheel of Fortune card. And the Wheel of Fortune is about fortune, good fortune. The wheel's turning, and things are gonna change in your favor soon. And it's also another spiritual related card. It's like divine intervention is making things happen the way they're happening, and so if you were in a bad place, or you are in a bad place right now, or you're nervous, it's all the pieces are going to fall into place because there's a big shift coming, big spiritual shift. Knight of Coins. This could be related to why you're feeling bummed out, because the Knight of Coins is the slowest knight. Very grounded, and very determined. And they're going to get the work done that they want to get done. It's just slow. And that might be why you're sad. And maybe that's why you're worried about if people are being real with you, if you have fake friends, or if they really are your friends, you're just feeling that way. Because, like, it might not be real. Like, you might feel like the people around you don't really care about you, or no one's really paying attention to you, or they're not seeing you and appreciating you for who you are. But that's not actually true. It's just that people are working on themselves, maybe, and it's going to take time for this to progress. And I haven't even talked about this in a very, like, there's not a lot of specifically romantic cards here, but I think that's what's happening. I think that whatever is happening in your romantic life is just on hold right now because people are working on themselves. The other card we have is the Queen of Swords. Hard to see there. Queen of Swords is someone who is very determined, very smart, very also in their power mentally. They don't take any shit. And they're good at cutting people out of their lives and just not putting up with things that don't serve them. And so I see this Queen of Swords and I see the Knight of Coins, and I feel like maybe that's the two people. And don't think about gender when you have, you know, knights and queens and kings. And in fact, this is great because this knight is a woman because it's Brienne from Game of Thrones. So, you know, whatever, through the gender spectrum, whoever you are, someone's the Queen of Swords, someone's the Knight of Coins or Pentacles. So someone's really grounded and just being really slow to work on themselves and come back. And the other person, which I think is you, is getting frustrated and kind of sad, and you're just like, what the hell? Swords have to do with communication too, so you're a communicator, direct communicator, so you're like, why is this person not communicating with me? Why is nothing happening? Why is this not going anywhere? And it is. You have the Wheel of Fortune. It's gonna move forward. It's just slow. People just have to work on themselves. I don't actually think you do have fake friends. I think you're worried about that. Or this person that you're pursuing or is pursuing you is fake. I don't, even if there is some deception involved, like in the first pile even, I don't think that in this situation the person has bad intentions. I don't think so. I think they're just working on themselves and it's kind of going slow. So I'm going to wrap this up. I hope you liked it. I hope these resonated. Please let me know if you want a personal reading. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. I have a PayPal. I'll have links in the description box for this video and timestamps for each pile. Which, I don't know why I'm saying that at the end of the video. I'll, you know, that doesn't really matter to you because you would have already watched this. But I hope you like this, and I will see you again soon. Okay, bye.